Hello everybody, welcome to another rebuttal video. This is GamerZ, and I'm doing a video on CultOfMush this time. He says he's a PC gamer, and I believe him, to an extent, but basically in this video he says that PC gaming might not actually be cheaper than console gaming. He provides his reasons why, and frankly some of those reasons are a bit skewed, a bit false. So I'm going to go in and correct that. I even spent about an hour prepping a statistic that I hope I'm going to show in this video, but if I don't find the reason why I'm going to use it again and I forget it, then I'm going to be pissed off. But I'll use it for a future video. I'll just use it this video. Anyway, hope you enjoy, guys. This is probably, what was this, my 15th rebuttal video? And I've got 30 subscribers now, I think. No, 29, 28, something like that. Thank you all so much for your views. I really appreciate it. Anyway, here's the video.
Yo, what's going on, guys? CultOfMush back at it with another video. In this video, I want to talk about whether or not PC gaming really is cheaper than console gaming. This is a topic that a lot of people talk about, but I really haven't covered it too much on my channel. And really, whenever I see somebody talk about it, whether you're talking to a console gamer and they're defending consoles or a PC gamer advocating for PC.
Boring. I hate not interjecting, then it makes a majority of my video his video, and I don't like that.
Whenever you talk to one of these people, it seems like whatever they say comes off extremely biased, and I'm just gonna try to come off in this video unbiased.
The worst thing you can do in a debate video is claim that you are unbiased. There is obviously bias in this video.
Yes, I am a PC gamer. PC is my platform of choice.
I don't care what the hell you play on, you still have bias in this video, and I'll point it out.
But I also do have a PlayStation 4, and I do play that quite a bit, believe it or not.
And believe it or not, I believe you.
So I'm just going to try to come at this topic with the most fair assessment that I can.
And being fair to a subject is oftentimes disingenuous, as I pointed out in previous videos.
Now, one thing off the bat that a lot of PC gamers seem to get wrong is they still think the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One cost $400. That is not the case. You can get a PlayStation 4 and a game with it for $300.
Which I did take account for in my statistic, yes.
Which, if you think about it, if you're just trying to get into next generation gaming, that is a sick price. $300 for a PlayStation 4, you usually get a game like Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection, or Bloodborne, or Star Wars Battlefront, a game like that. And they'll usually give you like a month of PlayStation Plus or something like that, and you're good to go.
Wow, 1 month of free online?
With the PC, yes, I know people have tried to create these console killer PC type machines.
Which work. I mean, they crush consoles, believe it or not, they do.
But oftentimes, for a lot of people, when you're building these console killer style PC machines, people will use used parts.
So, used parts are practically everywhere on eBay, Amazon, Newegg. I mean, it's not a rarity to find used parts for the same parts that you're trying to build for. For example, a 980 Ti Amp Extreme from Zotac can be used on Newegg. You just find it, instead of it being $300, it's $150. I mean, it's not a rarity to find a used item on the internet. So, by you saying that, it makes you seem a little bit skewed to the bias side, because you're saying, well, you only need to account for new stuff. Buying used parts, oh, that's skewed. That's illogical. That doesn't account for everything. No, you don't just account for new parts, because on the PC platform, we have choices to cheaper options. So don't you dare bar us from counting that as, yes, this is a $300 PC. It can't be not a $300 PC if you buy used parts in it.
People don't account for the operating system.
So, why would we add in the operating system cost? I mean, there's a choice to be made here, okay? It doesn't matter which operating system you get. All that matters is what the parts cost, alright? Because on any operating system, including the free distributions from Linux like Ubuntu, Manjaro, and Mint, you are able to play video games. And also, there's different costs of different operating systems. For example, Windows 7, you can get Windows 7 off of eBay or Amazon for $35. So that's barely even, that's minuscule. And then there's Windows 10 operating systems for $100, for $80, depending on where you go. And see, there's just a lot of options that it's worthless. It's pointless to try and guess the operating system you're going to get.
Or people don't include a monitor.
Of course we don't, because we assume you already have a monitor.
And I know what a lot of you guys are thinking, well, you don't include the price of a TV when you buy a console.
Exactly.
Yes, you don't include the price of a TV, but a TV is a much more universal product than a monitor.
Who doesn't have a desktop in their house? You're kidding me, right? I mean, the desktop is practically the master computer, so it doesn't matter if you're living in a family of 4 house or if you're living by yourself. In order to put a modem or an internet router into your computer, it is probably the best thing to do is to plug it into a desktop, something beefy, something big, something that's stationary, not a laptop. I mean, people have desktops around, you know? And just like how you assume here that everyone has a TV because it's a more universal product, we on the PC side automatically assume you have a monitor because practically anyone and everyone born in the last decade owns a desktop. And of course this isn't true, but neither is your assumption, because I know 5 people in my real life that do not own televisions.
These days, a lot of people don't even have desktops in their house, so a monitor isn't even necessary.
Nice stat, but according to logic, if you were to put a router into your laptop, then it wouldn't have as much power, right? Because pre-built laptops usually don't have the performance to just sustain a router, sustain internet, alright? It's not a good master computer for your house. Everyone probably who is into PC gaming has a master computer somewhere in their house. Look at me pulling claims out of my ass too. But hey, look, there are so many different reasons to have a desktop, not just for gaming, but also for browsing the internet, looking at YouTube videos, making videos, such as editing videos, recording gameplay, shopping online. I mean, there's no real reason why no one would have a desktop.
People use laptops, tablets, things like that. So if you are getting into PC gaming, there's a chance you might have to buy a monitor, then you have to get the OS, you'll have to get a keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, there's a chance you'll need to buy all that stuff, not a definitive necessity.
So on the surface, a console is a very attractive option. Like I said, $300, you get a game, a month of PlayStation Plus.
Ooh, a whole 30 days of free online.
And Microsoft in particular has been doing some insane deals on consoles where you get an Xbox One and you'll get like 3 games free with it. I saw a bundle with the Xbox One, Gears of War Ultimate Edition, the Rare Replay, and Ori and the Blind Forest, all for $300. That's an insane deal.
In the short term, probably, but you still have to pay for the live, you still have to pay for online, you still have to pay for $60 games if you want more than just 3 games, which I'm sure you do.
And think about it, these consoles are probably going to last until 2019, 2020. That's probably when the PS5 and the Xbox 2 is going to come out.
PS5 and Xbox 2.
So for a $300 investment, you're getting a gaming platform that's going to last you 4 or 5 years. Whereas if you do spend $300 on a PC, yeah, I'm sure if you buy used parts and you have a monitor laying around and you have an extra OS, okay, fine, you can build a machine for $300 that can run some of the games out today, but is it really going to last for another 4 or 5 years? I highly doubt that.
This is personally me, but I don't give a shit what you doubt, alright? You have to provide facts for me to believe you. In any event, a $300 PC, a console-killing PC that can run 60 FPS 1080p on most modern games, yes, that will last you for 4 years, because it's not going to be until another 4 years that games start getting more advanced, if they ever do. Likewise, if you have to upgrade, you're only probably spending $200 increments in upgrades anyway. So there is another reason why you're not buying a whole $500 new console, you're just upgrading in $200 bits. Optionally, not mandatorily, optionally. Is mandatorily a word? Yep, it is.
Now the elephant in the room obviously is that on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, you have to pay yearly to play online.
Let's see how you try to rebut that.
Yes, you have to pay $50 a year for PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live, and I don't agree with that at all. I think online gaming should always be free.
Oh, but what's the catch? What's to like about paying for online? What's the benefit?
And I think the fact that you have to pay for PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live is kind of bullshit, but with PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live, you do get free games monthly, and these aren't like shitty games. A lot of the times, these are pretty good games.
Oh, so you get free games with a subscription that you have to pay for. with a subscription that you have to keep paying for, or you get locked out of your free games. So they're not really free, are they? They hook you on, they keep you paying to play those games. So wouldn't it be more worth it to be able to buy God of War 3 instead of being told you can play it as long as you pay $60 a month? Because I think that would be the cheaper option, to buy the game, not to be rented it. It seems that the buzzwords that Sony and Microsoft throw around are obviously working. You actually think that those are free games, but you're actually being rented those games. You have to keep paying for them.
For example, last year, Rocket League was a free perk for PlayStation Plus subscribers. That's a $20 game that I know a lot of you PC gamers picked up day one, and PS4 gamers got it absolutely free.
For paying $50 and continuing to pay $50, they got it for free. Good.
So to say that you're just paying $50 a year to play online isn't telling the whole story, because especially with the Xbox One right now you get Xbox 360 games 2 a month, and you get 2 Xbox One games a month, absolutely free.
For $50 a year, and for $50 the next year, and $50 the next year. See?
With your subscription to Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus.
Holy fuck, you legitimately just glossed over the antithesis of your argument. Oh my god.
Like I said, I don't agree with Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus. I think online play should be free.
Well, if you think that way, then come to PC. Oh wait, you're already here. So stop telling people to go to console.
But you just saying the fact that you have to pay $50 to play online doesn't tell the whole story.
You know, it kind of does. You know, because you have to pay to be online. But not only that, but Sony gives you games to encourage you to keep paying for it.
But now moving on to the PC, if you did decide to buy a PC for $500-$600, more of a reasonable price.
Probably from a set of new parts that you said, these are the ones you have to choose from, not the used parts, not those shitty parts, the ones that you illegitimately got because you're cheating. No, that's not how it works. On the PC, you are offered a myriad of different options, a myriad of different sources to buy goods, and that includes used parts. So yes, a $300 PC is reasonable.
That's gonna last you a bit longer. Yes, it was more expensive in the entry, but you don't have to pay to play online, which is always nice.
I know, right? And games aren't held hostage from you.
And where the money really starts to come back on PC gaming is the games. You can find killer deals, the Steam sales, Green Man Gaming, the Humble Bundle. The Humble Bundle is ridiculous. Yes, you can get game deals on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, but PC, it's just another level. Look at the Humble Bundle right now. I think it's the Square Enix Humble Bundle.
And see, these are points I agree with in your video.
It's absolutely bonkers that you can pay $1 and get all those great games, or you can beat the average, get more great games. The Humble Bundle is busted, like it's broken.
Broken? Broken. Who the fuck are you again?
It is OP to PC gamers. Like, the Humble Bundle is ridiculous.
Oh, look. $1 games. That's a positive, right?
And then you have the Steam sales. And while games do go on sale on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, I mean, you can go out shopping on Black Friday or pick up stuff on Amazon, the type of deals that you get on PC are on another level. I mean, I just remember when a game like Mad Max was coming out. On day of release, PS4 and Xbox One gamers were paying $60 for that game. There were people picking that game up on PC for $30.
There's a lot of points that he says in this part of the video that I do agree with, so I'm not going to use a bunch of his video as a part of mine, because the way I do my videos, I want to have my video be more than 50% of his video, so that way it's not copyright. Anyway, I'm going to skip the parts that I agree with, just so you know.
But if you are the kind of guy where you just want a PS4 so you can play like Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and that's the only game you're really going to be playing that year, or you only really pick and choose 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 games a year, and those are the games you really stick to, and if you don't care about things like performance or graphics, and you just want the cheapest option available, the PS4 and the Xbox One are killer deals right now.
The cheapest platform is a $300 PC with $30, $40 games.
So that's really where we're at. On the surface, the consoles are a killer deal right now, and I would never take that away from them. But
even though they make their stacks by charging you for online multiplayer.
But if you do decide to buy a gaming PC and you're the kind of person that buys a ton of games, you will be saving a lot of money, and at the end of it, it probably will balance out.
Actually, if you stay tuned to the end of my video, you'll see that that's wrong.
But I know a lot of you guys would prefer to only spend $300 to start off, get your games, and then pick and choose what games you buy.
Paying $50 a month and getting given games doesn't sound like picking and choosing, dude.
You know, 6, 7, 800, even $1,000 is a steep price for a lot of people to just game.
If you have enough money to buy and support your console for 10 years, you have enough money to buy a PC. And I will show you why at the end of this video.
You know, not all of us are making $70,000, $80,000 a year and you're still in college or you're working a part-time job.
So here's an idea. Pay your bills and then save up for a PC instead of buying burritos all day.
And you don't have all the money in the world. And at that point, a console is a much more attractive option.
Yeah, if you plan to be gaming for less than 3 years of your life, because that's how long it's going to be cheaper than the PC. After that, it gets much more expensive. And stay tuned and I'll show you why with the infographic I made.
So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to keep it as unbiased as possible and as fair as possible.
Which I guess you did, for the most part. See, when you buy a console, it's only cheaper for about 3 years. After that point, it gets a lot more spendy. And I'll show you why again at the end of this video. I'm tired of saying that shit. Hopefully you heard me.
So if you guys have a request for a future video, leave it in the comment section down below.
Yeah, I don't care. We're done. So, wanna see that infographic I made? Well, here it is. Alright, here it is. As you can see here, this is a graph. There's actually 2 graphs. I had to fit 2 in here. This is a bit unorthodox, but just go with it. Alright, so as you can see on the left-hand graph, the one with it goes up to 1,500 from 300, you spend $300 on a console, alright? And we'll say, for this example, that you pay $50 a year for online. For every 3 games you get, you're paying $50 for each, and you get 3 games a year. And for a new console for each 7 years, approximately, you pay $500. On the PC side, it's free online with an average of $40 games, including, we're including the lower games from G2A and Humble Bundle and things like that. So that's why we're doing 40 games. And this is being very generous to the consoles. And then $200 for upgrades. And we'll say that's about every 7 years as well, because it's not necessary to upgrade ever until a new console generation comes out. Even then, it's still optional. So really, you can just tack that out of the equation. Anyway, as you can see on the left-hand side, we've got the red line, which is consoles, and the green line, which is PC, and there's a purple dot in the middle there at $1,200. You see that right there? That's the 3rd year. After 3 years, you pay the same amount on a PC as you did on a console, right? That's the same point. That's the intercept. And then after that point, you start paying more. And as the graph on the right shows, it's a bit smaller, so excuse the slope change suddenly. But basically, at the beginning of year 5, for PC you pay $1,600, and for console you pay $200 more at $1,800. And keep in mind this goes up by $300 increments with the 3 $50 games and the $50 for online. Alright? So as this goes up $300, it hits year 7, and then you have to pay for a new console, or you don't have to, but we know all the console peasants are practically going to, so just safe to assume that you pay $800 that year. So now you're suddenly up to $2,900, and the PC at year 7 is only at $2,100. So that is an $800 difference, and you realize this is going to keep going until the end of time practically. So, for the $400 increments here at the green line, we've got upgrades. We upgrade, say, twice in a 2-year time span. So for 2 years, you upgrade twice, and that's very generous. You pay $200 for a new graphics card and perhaps $200 for a new CPU. So there you go. But at the end of the year 10, alright, you've spent $3,800 on consoles, whereas on the PC you've only spent $3,000. That is an $800 difference. And if you looked at the year 4, that's only a $100 difference. At the end of year 10, it's an $800 difference. And I bet you at year 20, it's probably going to be a $1,600 difference. Alright, if it keeps going at this rate, that's practically my estimate as to how much more you're paying on console than you are on PC. So, my conclusion is, as according to these statistics, if you are planning to game for more than 10 years, for having this as a pastime that you enjoy, and you enjoy gaming and you plan to game for a long, long time, my suggestion to you is to get a PC. It is a cheaper option. Obviously, you're going to upgrade down the road, and that's fine, but as you can see with these $400 upgrades over on the right-hand side, the console players are still going to have to upgrade $500 or $600 or just even maybe $400 for a new console. So it's the same thing on the console side, it's just on the PC you can choose cheaper upgrades instead of a fixed $500 new console. And that's another beauty of the PC, is you don't have to replace your entire PC, you just have to pay for a new part, which could cost $150, which costs probably $200, which could cost $300 or $400, hell, even $1,000 if you're willing to drop a pretty penny on it. So, according to these statistics, and there are more, and you can feel free to do your own research, and comment down below if you disagree, but according to these statistics that I made, you are more better off financially playing on the PC than you are on a console. So, no, it's not the cheaper option. It is cheaper option before 3 years, but after then, you're paying way, 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 way more. You get really spendy with a console. But if we were all to play on PC and nobody pay for console, or even nobody pay for online, just think about the voice that would have against Microsoft and Sony. You think they would stop making you pay for online? That would probably also raise the price of the console as well, because that's how they make up most of their money, is making people pay for online. But just think of the voice it would have if nobody bought a console. That's just theoreticals, though. Have a fun day. It's GamerZ signing off.